Hello from the Swiss mountains. Happy New Year to all. Welcome back to the Brand and CRM X series, talking about a holistic end-to-end customer-centric CRM reporting. Today we're going to focus on the conversion part of the purchase funnel. Join me on this journey. I've created the Brand and CRM X platform because I wanted to help businesses to drive more profit, sustainable growth and income through customer and brand experience and to better conversion rates. In order to reach this goal of higher income, higher profitability, I wanted to start discussing how to report these CRM results and how to distinguish between actions and true profit generating and sales generating end results. The agenda of today is to have a bit of a recap from video 2, talking about brand power, customer insights, personas, traffic and reporting. So all the upper funnel elements which are greatly influencing conversion and consideration. Then jumping into the definition of conversion and how to look at leading goal completions and lagging conversions separately. And then going into the details of the context of consideration, such as what you can influence in the customer experience and what you can control, and what happens in the customer's mind when going through from brand awareness, consideration, and conversion phase. Then having a bit of a summary about triggers and KPIs and how to report them. And at the end, having a focus on how to speed up this conversion funnel, how to move the customer out from the consideration phase and drive him or her into conversion and to purchase, what activations we can use, and how to report these. So a bit of a recap from video 2 and all the elements which are greatly influencing this consideration phase of the purchase funnel, and of course having a huge effect on the conversion part as well. Within this conversion funnel journey and reporting journey which is following this conversion funnel, it is very important from the very beginning to be clear what is your base, what is your brand equity, who are your customer targets, and what is your targeted customer experience. To simplify brand equity, it is that certain perception, that certain plus, which is driving customer purchase, driving customer conversion and customer purchase above product features and price. It's basically all about experiences around your products and services. Now it is clear that not every brand and not every product is speaking to all customers, and if you want to be really successful with your targeting and with your conversion actions, you better know who are your customers and what they are looking for. And of course, what they are looking for, not just in terms of products and services, but also in terms of experience. So this base is really the key to be successful in conversion and in sales. In a frame, this all translates into traffic quality. Traffic meaning people visiting your website, people visiting your stores. What is behind this is basically the real source of brand awareness and knowing from where these customers are aware about your brand. Just a very key differentiation between where they were reminded about your brand and how they got to know the brand. What are their demographics, their basic statistics, and what is their purchase power? And within purchase power, what is their brand perception and expectations? What is their perceived brand equity? Who are they? What is their personas? How do they behave above demographics? What is important for them? What is their profile? And what drives their conversion? Why are they interested in your brand? What is their expectation? And as you might remember, the logic of reporting all of this is always to look at what are my leading actions, my leading triggers, which lead me to a lagging result, a lagging KPI. And this mentality is helping us to correlate what to do and how to do it in order to achieve what. Continuing this journey and this thought of separating leading actions from lagging results and knowing what to do in order to achieve what, let's look at the definition of conversion. It's basically purchase. This is a lagging KPI. We want the customer to convert, to purchase, to consume our services, to sign a contract. When we look at leading actions and leading activities, these can be web traffic behavior, visited sites, consumed content, downloaded brochures, and all the reporting within this. Also, it could be subscriptions, filling out a lead form, opting in, the email behavior, opening rates, click-through rates. These are all leading actions again to conversion. But also what is important to report is live and chat and phone info request. What is the customer interested about? Why are they calling us? Why are they in contact with us before the conversion? What is their sales conversation about? And have they ever tried or requested an offer, for instance, or tried our product? These are all leading actions, which is very important to be reported in the light of lagging results, which are, for instance, agreements on businesses, signing a contract, ordering something, purchasing something, consuming a service, subscribing for membership, or repurchasing the same product or the same service. So in order to continuously drive your business and drive the view of how can I make more income and how can I make more profit from that income, I encourage you to always look at leading actions, which are basically these goal completions, and correlate these to lagging results, which is always about purchase or ordering, where basically the ownership of the service or the product changes. How can you trigger this correlation between leading actions and lagging results? And what are the tricks what you can focus on within your business in order to drive consideration to conversion faster or better? The funnel is not a funnel. So originally the marketing view is that the customer goes through a purchase funnel from awareness to word of mouth to advertising and so on. Then the customer goes into the consideration phase, reading reviews about the product, visiting your website, reading product features, contacting your customer service center, having discussions with your sales teams, and then the customer linearly goes into the purchase phase of the conversion funnel. The conversion funnel is a loop, and the customer can go back and forth between the phases of awareness and consideration, and he or she is actually mixing and matching channels, information, awareness, and consideration phase. The goal is here that to support the customer to go through this constant evaluation phase and this constant loop to move forward to the purchase phase. There are two dimensions here which is important to mention. Throughout the awareness phase and also throughout the consideration phase, it's very important to provide the necessary information and content and experience to the customer in line with our brand equity and in line with our product features. And here, for instance, you can really look at the philosophy from Google. They are really focusing on micro moments where the customer want to know, want to go, want to buy, or want to try something. And through search, they are answering these basic customer needs seamlessly throughout the awareness and throughout the consideration phase. To help the customer moving out from this constant looping between awareness and consideration, make sure that every touch point of your customer is seamless and the customer gets the information effortlessly and seamlessly what he or she is looking for. It's not just important to provide an effortless customer experience in terms of what the customer wants to be provided seamlessly online, digitally, and also in the sales channels, but also it is important to know and to be conscious about which elements the customer is looking at throughout this purchase funnel and throughout this consideration phase. And this is looping back to the initial thought, why is it so important to be clear on our brand equity and to be clear on who is our consumer target and what is their expectations and experience. What is the brand promise and what is the brand sentiment, the reviews against this brand promise? What are the promised product features and what are the reviews? What's my budget? What is the promised price range and what is exactly the price of the service of the product? What is the buying process which is in my perception as a customer and what I would expect? And does that buying process translate into reality in the channels? Is the product accessible? Is it effortlessly accessible throughout the channels? What are my service expectations towards the brand? And what is the delivery promise against these expectations? The more we have these two sides in balance, the higher the chances are that the customer is going to convert. Going even a step further, let's be conscious about what we can influence and what we can control. And based on your business profile, you can define which element is important to focus on, knowing your customers and knowing their channel, information, whatever needs. In the awareness phase, in the awareness loop of the purchase funnel, what you can influence is your target, your brand expectations, your price. What you can control is your product and service features. Throughout the consideration phase, what you can influence is your traffic, the traffic volume and the quality, what you get towards your websites and towards your brand, your reviews, the sentiment, how people are talking about your product, and basically you can also influence your search results, right? What you can control is really the content and the context and the contact experience. And within the conversion phase, what you can only influence is the purchase and the loyalty phase, versus what you can control is basically channels and the services, and how the promised product and service features are translating into experiences. So if you want to move the customer as soon as possible out from this looping between awareness and consideration phase, make sure that you control whatever is controllable and you influence what is important to be influenced. If you would like to further support the customer to move ahead and move out from this looping between awareness and consideration phase, you can of course use activation elements. Here it's very important to move back to the beginning of our presentation and actually look at the second part of this video session, which is talk about traffic quality. What is the brand perception and expectation of the customer? What is their persona? And what drives their conversion? I give you an example. I just received a conversion offer from my gym membership that if I prolong with a year, I receive a 50 franc voucher which I can use for snacks and drinks from their fridge. Now, since everything is operated with a badge, they know that I never ever consumed anything from their fridge. No snacks, no drinks. This is not my customer profile. This is not my customer persona. So this offer is useless for me. Meanwhile, they have a running offer for new members, providing 100 francs off from a new membership. So I asked the receptionist, does this qualify for me? And of course the answer was no. In my customer-centric world, this discussion with the receptionist in the gym would be recorded on my customer profile. So this idea, this information could be used for the next targeting. Knowing your customers, their personas, and their brand expectation and how they position the brand is key how you activate. In line with your customer personas, their expectation and brand perception, you may choose between two major directions in terms of how to activate your customers. You can target to increase their brand value perception, or you can target to increase their purchase value perception. Me coming from premium brands, obviously I tend to choose to increase the brand value perception of my customers, simply because I believe that brand value perception, brand equity is increasing the demand for the brand and for the products and has a higher chance to convert on full price. But of course, a premium brand can also surprise their customers time to time with an offer which is increasing the perception of the purchase value. If you want to increase the perception of your brand value, you may choose content-based, experimental-based, or relationship-based activation. A simple way to activate content-based, for instance, sending a reminder, a summary of your product and benefits, or a sophisticated way is to have an adaptive content management where you know what content the consumer consumes so far, and then you can drop or add an additional content, trying to engage more and convert more. Experimental-based activation can be actually experiencing a brand universe, a retail environment, trying a product, trying a service, or participating in a brand challenge. Relational-based activation can be done through your sales associates, your brand ambassadors, your influencers, or through a partnership. If you would like to foster conversion through increasing the perception of the purchase value, you may go into the following elements. You can decide to offer a repurchase benefit, meaning that the consumer will buy the product or the service from you on full price now and will receive a discount or a benefit after a repurchase. Or you can target immediate benefits, and these benefits could be a GWP, a PWP, or an additional service, so gift with purchase, product with purchase. You can cross-sell with an offer. You can create bundles, so you can actually create a bundle offer for the customer with multiple products of yours. You can do quantity-based discounts, such as bug of buy one, get one free or 3 for 2. And you can offer price discounts. If you want to report consideration and conversion, I suggest to divide this reporting into 3 major parts. First of all, look at consideration. What are the touch points what the customer was using? Which actions did he or she do? What contacts the customer had with your brand? What content was searched, what content was consumed on your website, through your sales speeches, and so on? And what time it took for the customer to consider your brand. So what was the time between consideration and conversion? In terms of conversion, I would look into qualitative and quantitative dimensions. For qualitative conversion, I suggest to look into conversion per segment, per persona, per channel, per traffic type, such as organic and paid traffic, per activation, and cost per acquisition. When looking at quantitative conversion, look into purchase value, product volume, average selling price and full price sell-through, and predictive customer lifetime value. And with the full price sell-through and the predicted customer lifetime value, I leave you now. The topic of the next video is exactly this: how promotion and activation is affecting brand perception, organic demand generation, and long-term customer lifetime value. Thank you for watching today. Please follow me on LinkedIn or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Goodbye.